I'm your friendly ex-Muslim. 2 days ago, I felt like I was witnessing history being made. The Muslim TikToker slash YouTuber who goes by the name Ninja Mommy called in to Infidel Noodle and Apostate Aladdin's show and said something incredible. What she did was humanize ex-Muslims. She said sorry for not empathizing with some of the things we have suffered. She said things that amazed all of us. People were in tears in the chat. It was a beautiful moment. It just goes to show you that being kind and respectful, even to people we disagree with, is so important. When we engage in good faith with others, many times our sincerity comes out and people see that. Many in the Dawa community would not be happy to see this. They want ex-Muslims to continue to be marginalized and demonized. But here we have a case of not ex-Muslims winning, not Muslims winning, but humanity winning. We are seeing humanity at its best. Empathy for others, putting yourself in others' shoes, her recognizing that we aren't out to get Muslims, but we just want to live our lives, that we're trying to look at things from a logical or critical perspective, and many of us have gone through a lot. This is my end goal, not to necessarily make everyone leave Islam, although I do think it would be better for them, but to bring about a world where people have the right to be themselves, whether it's atheist or Muslim or Jew or Christian or Hindu or Buddhist or whatever. You have to see it for yourself. I give you Infidel Noodle, Apostate Aladdin, and Ninja Mommy.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi, Ninja Mummy, Sidra, how are you?
good. How are you, Aisha?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, and for joining the stream, even though I've been kind of like an asshole to you publicly this morning. So I really appreciate your patience for coming on here. Is there anything in particular you wanted to have a chat about?
Um, it's okay. I've been helpful with you too. And honestly, I just want to start out with apologizing to you because um, I've only ever met one ex-Muslim my entire life that I've spoken to. And after that, my only exposure to ex-Muslims were you and Abdullah and Abbas Prophet. And I think I had this preconceived notion about you guys that you guys are all haters and you just want to hate on Muslims and stuff like that, even though you have said it multiple times that you don't hate and you don't promote that kind of like thing. And I think I was just wearing these goggles and looking from this like perfect privileged view where I will be completely honest, I've never had any like problems. I've never had any force or any oppression like to deal with growing up. I've had it very, very easy. And because of that, I think I kind of had this like idea that everybody else has it easy too. And seeing you guys talk about this, like I've been on this discussion for a while, listening to you guys and you guys speaking so respectfully and just discussing. And then I've been watching your like videos lately, and I realized that you're not really out to like get me or any Muslim for that matter. You're just going through your personal thing, and this is the path that you've chosen for yourself. And you're speaking about that from a very logical and from a very critique sort of way. So for that, I do want to apologize to you for coming at you, for posting the post that I posted, and for the tweet, and for calling you a liar when I did, and for saying that you spread lies. Yeah. And
I can't imagine how hard it must have been to come out and tell us this. So thank you. And I apologize by extension. I made a comment about how, yeah, I don't know if I need to like talk about the comment
it's
here, but
okay.
yeah, sorry about that as well. Noodle?
It's okay. I just feel
Um,
really horrible. I don't. Go ahead.
No, now I feel really horrible as well because you're obviously a very reflective and sincere and just, all around lovely person is the vibe that I'm sort of getting right now. So first of all, I accept your apology and I thank you so much, and I deeply appreciate you going out of your way to make that apology live in a public space, and that's something that takes a lot of guts. So thank you so much for that, and I want to apologize too because I should have messaged you privately and asked to just, discuss these issues behind the scenes instead of taking a public approach. And it's kind of ironic that I'm accusing others of being childish and then doing something like that as well. So let's just acknowledge that all three of us have been assholes to each other because we didn't know each other well enough to recognize that we're probably on the same page about a lot of things. So thank you, and I'm sincerely sorry for what I said. Yeah, but it is so great to have you here and to have this opportunity to just, talk like normal human beings. It's really, really great.
I agree. And
I'm a
I
little
think the
bit lost
post.
for words.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I don't even know what to say. You go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say the post that I posted today and reading a lot of the comments. I learned a lot of different perspectives, especially from non-Muslims. And one of the things I really like struck out to me was how much you guys go through. And I don't think I can fathom the amount of things that you have to bear, the fact that you both are hiding your face, right? Either for religious reason, but you do it to be safe. Like you're literally out there like trying to live a normal life while at the same time there are these extreme, not even extreme, I think some just random fanatics who just decides one day, okay, like I'm just gonna go and like attack you. And I don't think that reality hit me until today, which is pretty like sad, honestly. I think that it took a lot out of me to like do that post and then to read all those comments, and that's the moment that I realized, okay, how much you guys go through. I'm just feeling emotional because of that, and I'm sorry for the things that you guys go through, genuinely from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for saying that. I just want to say that I'm a little upset and embarrassed that the way that we ended up here was because we acted a little childish back. So, other than that, yeah, I appreciate you saying all that. It's funny how it happens. Like I've been trying to get that point across in a lot of different mediums in different ways, but it seems like it could just happen in the most random way. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So I want to know how do you guys cope with that?
Great question.
And now I understand. Now I understand your anger for like why you believe that I sugarcoat or I lighten the issue. It's like you've been through this like so much like abuse and scaredness and fear, and then here I am with my happy cheery attitude saying, oh, Islam is this, Islam is that, which is like my belief and stuff. But it's every time you watch that video, I can see how it kind of like triggers your trauma, it triggers your abuse that you are trying to escape from. So I get it. I do get it why my videos come across that way. Like I finally get it.
It is so great to hear you taking a reflective stance on that. Sorry, Aladdin, I cut you off just like I always do, but I just want to point out the Nun, his comment,
Nun.
respect. Oh, sorry. Hey, not a native Arabic speaker. Okay. Every time I try to say anything in Arabic, Aladdin does this to me. Respect Ninja Mami for holding herself accountable and being open and honest. These are the types of conversations we should be having. And I absolutely agree. From the get-go, I've been saying that one of my goals with my channel and what I'm doing in general is because I want to start building bridges between the Muslim and ex-Muslim communities, because at the end of the day, we come from the same people. Like we are the same people. Every single ex-Muslim has been a Muslim. They come from the exact same community. Anyway, I got a little off track. So
wait, I got a couple of things on my mind.
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, first of all, I wanted to say sometimes like some of the things that I talk about that are traumatic or that I believe, are trauma that is being inflicted on people as a direct result of religion, it doesn't always have to be something that I went through personally. Like I was talking earlier about, the whole hell situation. I wasn't worried about myself as much as I was worried about those people. So sometimes I hear about stories and not just, random one or two. I hear about a lot of stories with the same theme. So it makes me want to talk about that issue. So I just wanted to highlight that. Yeah. And the second thing, I remember in the beginning when I was first on TikTok back in maybe February, one of the bullet points that I put about, why I'm doing this is to try to bridge the gap between Muslims and ex-Muslims. And I remember that I sort of not that I gave up on that goal, but I stopped highlighting it because it seemed that nothing I was doing was working, and I was perceived as disrespectful even before I made any like jokes. And like I said before, I use jokes as a vehicle basically to get the point across. Um, and this is making me think that I have to go back to that point and try to work on it a little more, even though it's very difficult. But yeah, you extended the olive branch first in this case, so.
And I'm sorry for saying
Um,
that everyone is like, all the ex-Muslims are abused. I don't know if I said that, but I think the way my words came
No,
out, it
it's
just
fine.
seemed like it. So yeah, I definitely understand, Abdullah, that not everyone who is an ex-Muslim is abused. Some people just leave out of just because they want to leave, and that's fine.
You took
Yeah.
the words out of my mouth. That's literally what I was going to say as well. But yeah, I think so. Like Abdullah and Aladdin was saying, not all of us go through, I mean, an abusive or a traumatic experience, and so it's not quite that seeing the words that people use as like sugar-coated Islamic content is triggering because of past trauma. It's more for a lot of us. I think it's because of the way that we perceive the scripture and the way that that scripture in turn affects people's behavior. So, for example, I know that we sort of had this back and forth about, living under a Sharia governed nation. And for me, as an apostate, regardless of, traumas or whatever it might be, to see someone say that they want to live under a Sharia governed nation, which is a nation that would execute me and Aladdin, or would legally have the power to execute people like me and Aladdin for leaving Islam and for talking about our experience with leaving Islam and the reasons why we did. I think it's that part of it that can be quite upsetting for people like us. But no, sometimes there is a bit of trauma background involved there as well. So I'm not negating that that's the case for some people. Yeah, sorry. I hope that made sense. I feel like I rambled a bit there.
I think I
As
still have
always.
a lot to like learn in terms of Sharia and in terms of how exactly it will impact the people. And because I do live in a Western country, and it's easy for me to say that, okay, I wear my hijab, I wear my niqab, I do this, I do that. But like there was a time when I wasn't practicing Muslim, right? There was a time when I didn't, like when I stepped out of the house, I wasn't even modestly dressed. So if I was under Sharia, let's say, for example, of Taliban, right? Yeah, there would be consequences for it. Or Iran, if I was in a country like that, there would be consequences for it. So I wouldn't. So the fact that I have this freedom to do, like I was in Pakistan and I didn't dress modest, and it was okay because in Pakistan they don't really practice Sharia, like anyway. So, but in countries where it is heavily enforced, like I wouldn't be able to survive basically. So all of that like dawned on me today again with the whole like me wanting to say that I want to live in a country that does follow Sharia, because I do follow Sharia, but I follow it like in my cozy little crib of Canada per se.
I have never seen like someone who, openly speaks about Islam take this level of accountability and be so reflective about their rhetoric. I have never seen this level of guts being taken from people within the Dawah community. So I just need to extend my appreciation towards you, Sidra, because I think what you're doing right now is so courageous. And I hope that, you don't get any backlash from the Muslim community for taking this step, because really it's these kind of discussions that are going to start paving the way towards a more, I don't know, harmonious future between Muslims and ex-Muslims. So I know I've said it like a million times, but thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. I want to add that it's definitely the case that ex-Muslims also need to work on being better as well. Ninja Mommy here behaved outstandingly, and we can all learn from her. Be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. And check out the full video on Infidel Noodle's channel below, and even subscribe to be notified for when the two of them go live next. This is your friendly ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.